What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 19 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Archaon the Everchosen campaign. So as we saw last time, Archaon acquired his second unique item slash quest item slash legendary item, whatever, the armor of Morcar, powering him up further, or at least making him a little bit harder to bring down and giving us that lovely charge reflection resistance and melee defense area buff for whatever blob surrounds him as he heads into the thickest of the fighting. Valkia is pretty much done for, as we will probably reach Dagrak's end this episode and be able to vassalize her. Sigvald's on the field, village soon to follow, and all the dominoes are falling like a house of cards. Checkmate. Anyway, in terms of what we gotta do this turn, I have, as promised, done a bunch of admin between the episodes, mostly transferring territories and building buildings and getting a few more sorcerers on the field, and this time we will be going for another quest. I guess that'll be the Eye of SHEERIAN up next, as we do want that public order once again. We're in a lot better place public order-wise than we were before, but we can be in an even better place if we use that for that same purpose yet again, so that's what we'll do. I don't believe that we need to do anything this turn, since we did everything last time, plus I did stuff between the episodes, so we're free to skip Path to Glory. Who's Path to Glory? Kagan, Lord of Fire. Oh. You can switch. You're gonna probably stay undivided. I may make you a demon prince, and I may also not make you a demon prince. We'll see about that. But for now, we're free to end the turn. So, Path to Glory building upgrades, outposts available, damaged buildings, outpost upgrades available, and end the turn. There we go. Let's see if anybody attacks us, and Zatan wants something, but we're coming for him. Kolek's already on the way, thundering along. Alright, while the turn is ending, once again we have managed to reach that engagement threshold, so this will be an hour episode as per usual. 19 episodes so far. Not bad, not bad. I think Grimgor reached 21 and Lewin reached all 30, whatever, that he had. But anyway, the offer does once again still stand. 300 likes and 50 comments, and the next episode will be an hour long as well. Blood for the Blood God is now available, so we got our first gift of corn, which we should probably get up and running before we jump back into combat. In fact, what we'll do is... Wait, where's the gifts of corn? Here. And the Death's Bounty, income from post-battle loot, that should help us with a quest battle. Well, getting more money out of the quest battle, unless it doesn't apply to quest battles. I'm not sure. I'm just going to hope / assume that it does. Add to slot. And then you, Carnage Incarnate, we will switch you back to the Crown of Kings to get that extra leadership, or not leadership XP, that we can swap out to everybody. Lovely. Lovely indeed. Next up, Archaon. Ooh, there's a little tiny army here. And we can't vassalize them. We should probably just destroy them for the free money. I do imagine this will be auto-resolvable, though I also have to wonder how much it'll hurt us in terms of, Well, nonetheless, we're probably gonna attack it. Archaon, I want you to go for Mentor first, and then we'll do a quick little attack on this little faction. Chant, you can leech the XP, so go right there. Archaon attack. I mean, they appeared right there. Why wouldn't we? Declare war. I'm just gonna hope that they don't run too far away. Yes, good. And you're gonna run, but don't run around all the way like... Okay, good. Alright, Chant, you're gonna go into regular stance now. Archie, you're going to follow. Feraltras, you are going to this army. Archie, you can walk past this. Yes, yes, indeed you can. Oh, I should probably not keep you in this stance, actually. Into regular stance. Alright, now, I'll resolve this real quick. Let's see how much damage we take for our trouble. A little bit more than I'd like on the Giants, but I think it'll still be fine. We got about 3k out of all that. And a Path to Glory for the new guy. Alright, Ripperhorn Tribe destroyed. Next up, Chaos Steed, that's all great. We will level everybody up, and then we're going to head into an immediate quest battle. You, sir. Raising settlements we don't do a lot of, but let's get We Are the Elite for that extra physical resistance. I mean, I don't really care for Melkoths or smoke and mirrors here. Most of this wouldn't be useful to us or even likely to be used, and at the same time, it's going to take a while to get to the Occam's Mindraiser and Pit of Shades, which we will, to some degree, probably be using. But once again, and we'll lose our levels once we hit the devotion to Slaanesh, so there's that as well. Anyway, you can have We Are the Elite for now, sir, and we can get everybody else leveled as well. What are you looking for? Can't get into Mentor quite yet. We can complete Infernal Champion, however. I still haven't decided between Raging Stalwart and Vengeful Scorcher. I like the idea of having him hit for around 1,000 before buffs. And the Searing Flame does work with the rest of the army, but it's spell resistance for the entire army, so I'm going to keep on not being sure about that, at least for now. And that light, we can keep making you hit harder with Woundmaker, give you Scarred Vet. Too bad you don't have a Crown of Everlasting Glory for you to be Healy. You know, I think we're going to go for Deadly Blade, actually. There we go. And, oh, wait, I just realized we haven't gone to We Are the Elite yet, which we probably should. Alright, fine. Well, then I've changed my mind. Let's complete Infernal Champion, let's get Tough as Nails, a little bit of extra hit points, then go into We Are the Elite. You, Huddled, you are missing. You don't actually have We Are the Elite. And this is for when we're defending, which means it is relatively useless, and Torius could actually stack with the other debuffs that we have, but for now, we're just going to make you hit real hard. Infernal Champion, please. Alright, who's up next? Gulator, the other Gulator, named after the Gulator. You were going through Esteemed Combatant just to get Retinue Physician. This is actually kind of irrelevant to us at the current time, mostly because we are getting bonus healing right now. So in that light, we'll go through Deadly Blade and Hard to Hit into Heroic Killing Blow, and we'll get Retinue Physician afterwards. Lastly, the Chronicler. You're going to get Blue Fire of Tzeentch. We've been using it quite a bit to snipe individual entities, and if the fight permits it, we'll snipe a few more. Alright, Archie. Let's get you moving. Where is the Eye of SHEERIAN? Right here. Let's give it a read, and then let's get to it. Okay, I clicked the wrong thing. Alright, Archaon has seen his own destiny, revealed to him in the heretical manuscripts of Necrodomo the Insane, who tore out his own eyes after having a vision of the destruction of the world at Archaon's hands. And now another vision howled to him by a sorcerer under his thrall, of mountains twisted into fantastical shapes, with gaping maws jutting out of cliff faces, bellowing to be fed the flesh of mortals. Before it, a blood-stained plain bordered by a forest of trees contorted into blackened skeletons, straining their branches towards warm-blooded creatures. In the tumultuous skies overhead, winged death swoops, a once noble ruler of the skies, now corrupt with change. A two-headed dragon of chaos trumpets its challenge. Sounds swell, Archaon. I'm sure you'll enjoy this. Alrighty, what do we have against us? Oh, it's actually not so bad. This actually feels like it's less stuff than we encountered. Yeah, I mean, that had like a 3/4 stack of nothing but Chaos Knights. This seems like less, but the Hell Cannons will be threatening. We gotta make sure we knock those out before they rip our poor Chaos Warriors and to some degree our Knights apart. What we also could have done is pop these Marauder Horsemasters into Knight form. But we could always do that later as well. Not a big deal, I think, not for these things. Away we go. To behold the Eye of SHEERIAN, Archaon must face a dread trial led by a Chaos Lord riding a monstrous steed. The battle will be brutal, for the prize is highly valued, be it but another of the Everchosen's unholy quests.
At last, a worthy challenger comes. Not some weak minion sent by the gods. No, what confronts me is something more corrupt. More bestial. It serves no master, seeks no glory other than its own, and that I abhorred, even as I rip at its throats, for it must die. No man, no god, no creature can challenge me and live. I tire of this.
Alrighty, I like those scenes of whatever you got going on the cliffside in this particular map. It's a pretty cool map, I gotta say. I'm enjoying the whole nature of the barren battle plane where we are, but overlooking it, those chaos fortresses up above. Can we go up there? Ah, damn, I want to take a closer look at what's going on up there, but alas, we cannot. Still, a very nice and atmospheric map to meet upon. Anyway, we're heading directly towards the enemy. We gotta get to those hell cannons with our heroes before the enemy can do anything about it. We're not really afraid of Archaon getting surrounded either, because good luck getting rid of him to the enemy army. I suppose if we really wanted to be cheap here, we just send Archaon in by himself and have him slowly work his way through the vast majority of the enemy army. Although he would have to then drop spells on himself, or else he'd take far too long. Speaking of dropping spells, though, the Chronicler is our fastest moving unit, and the enemy hell cannons are sort of conveniently blobbed up. They're going to try to get out, but we're going to pull them back in with that infernal gateway. The Chaos Dwarfs have chosen to serve the wrong master here, and thus will suffer for it. The gateway closes, but so does one of the cannons get completely destroyed. Two of them are wavering and pretty much done for, and I think only one is still functional. Works for me, certainly. Archaon has arrived as well, and will send some of the enemy Forsaken flying, though, surprisingly enough, they do seem to have the mass, or he lacks the mass, to get through, which is a bit of a shame. I did order him directly to attack the last of the moving hell cannons, but it looks like he's going to have to just whack away at the Chaos Warriors instead. His minions are coming in as well. We have our exalted hero of Nurgle, and here comes Prince Ograx on his Juggernaut, both also trying to go after those hell cannons, or that one hell cannon that's still there. But oh, it's actually not there anymore. It looks like Archaon got just close enough to it to terrify it away, and I don't think that one will be coming back. Since it's terrified, Archaon's no longer concerned with those Chaos Dwarves and can whack away. Damn, he attacks fast. I guess Archaon has some kind of combo attack, because he just swung a lot of times in very quick succession at enemy infantry. I guess that is something that he has instead of the instead of massive amount of splash damage from a single attack, but multiple smaller attacks, which works as well. And quite well, I would hope. We have seen Archaon hit an enemy lord and, like, make them lose, like, 3,000 HP or something silly like that, and that was by and large, probably due to the quick attacks. Anyway, pretty cool charge we've got going. Knights of Tzeentch and Nurgle, the Swords of Chaos and Khorne, only missing the Knights of Slaanesh, are working together to move in where Archaon is fighting and go after those Chaos Warriors who get completely surrounded. The rest of the army appeared to want to peel away to move towards our own army, which is now on the approach and completely safe from fire from those hell cannons. Alright. And Mr. Hammer Smash leading his way, leading the undivided infantry forward. And there we go, very nice, very nice. All of the different Chaos Knights fighting together, getting in each other's way a little bit, but at least this way they're protecting each other and getting the same buffs. Standard Die, Apocalyptic Charge, and Locus of Fecundity, keeping them all nice and healthy. And real defensive, 90 melee attack. Oh, sorry, melee defense, rather. Which is pretty darn good. Anyway, while we fight the remnants of these infantry units, or the remnants of this little army, we have the rest of our infantry moving in, and the enemy lord has arrived as well, and has been sighted by the Chronicler, who's going to move directly towards said enemy lord. We've got a level 22 Chaos Lord on a Chaos Dragon. What do we have, however? Infinity million magic missiles. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. He's down to 58 HP, and he is done. That's the enemy lord of this mission. Oh, this amused me greatly. And as he tries to run, we hit him one more time with those magic missiles and drop that lord. There we go. Didn't even need to have Archaon face him down. Meantime, Archaon and the rest of his army continue breaking apart what enemies are here. Looks like just a pile of corpses left of the infantry, and most of that army has shattered. We do have 3 units of dragon ogres moving in, and they're going to suffer a little bit in the way of magical artillery as the Chronicler continues to bombard them with his magic missiles. Pretty darn effective. Also, if you're wondering how Chronicler is able to do this, he has a... I forget the name of the item. He has the item that reduces his cooldown by 5 seconds. It's here somewhere. Doom Totem, that's it. The Doom Totem reduces the cooldown... Damn it, I lost it. Reduces his own cooldown by 5 seconds. It doesn't seem like much, but for the basic non-overcast version of the of Blue Fire, it means he can spam them pretty much infinitely. As long as he has mana, of course. Anyway, some Dragon Ogres come in and then just get ripped apart by Archaon and his minion knights, and then the two follow suit to attack the next unit of Dragon Ogres, but these are basically the last of the units left on the field. And just a contest of who can kill more Dragon Ogres like this. There we go, another one for Archie. And a couple more here. And we've even got our Chaos Knights moving in to help out. And there we go, the last of the units of the Dragon Ogres will take a hit and will rout, shatter, and the battle will be ours. Much, much easier than either of the 2 quests that we had previously, I would say, and no problem at all. Isn't that right, Chronicler? Alright, very nice indeed. I think we actually might have gained HP through that battle. I also like how Chronicler just knocked the enemy lord out of the sky before he could do anything. He just comes in all menacing and achieves absolutely nothing. The blue fire spam can be pretty darn obnoxious when you use it like that. I kind of like I don't know, dressing down that Archaon gives his sorcerer. Just like, dude, you're just supposed to chronicle what's happening here. And he's like, I did chronicle. I chronicled him getting hit by hundreds of magical missiles or magic missiles, and then I chronicled him and his little dragon fluttering down to the ground and crashing into it. And then I chronicled myself coming back to the army laughing. But anyway, looks like we did well here. 3.1k, not too bad. Plus we got plenty of rewards out of this. And a decent amount of souls as well, though that's, again, not really a concern to us. Sacrifice those, if you please. And we got the Eye of SHEERIAN. Karan, the Black Path to Glory unlock... Did he just unlock everything? Or was that because of his levels? Who is current? Yeah, that's you. Oh, he went straight to level 5 from that. Well, that's fantastic. Minor issue, though. Oh, actually, the Eye of SHEERIAN makes... Doesn't the Eye of SHEERIAN technically make Archaon weaker? Because he's losing the Talisman of Preservation, so he's losing 16 ward save to get a little bit of Tzeentch Authority and the barrier. I guess the Winds of Magic cost is nice, but it's only for him and not for the entire army. Doesn't seem like that good of an item, to be perfectly honest. I mean, Barrier is very strong, generally speaking, but it's not so strong that that we're super concerned. But anyway, Archaon, you can start moving out, and Chant, I guess you can do the same. Oh, actually, I had an idea for you. Go here. I would like to see something. Go to Allied Recruitment, and, oh, okay, can't do it this turn. I want to recruit some, maybe Iron Demons from Pig Barter here, since that's really the only things we have access to. Oh, wait. Unlocks recruitment of Magma Cannons as well. Really? Huh, I didn't see them last time I looked through the list. Let me just give a quick look here. Magma Cannons, Allied Recruitment, we will go to Legion of Asgore. Yeah, they're not here. Skullcracker, Iron Demon. No magma cannons. Where are the magma cannons? No, but seriously, what the heck? Are we not able to have access to them for some reason? This seems odd. Unlocks recruitment of magma cannon. That's one of the main things that I wanted, other than the, well, trains and the Kadai and... Okay, well, there's a lot of stuff that I wanted, but nonetheless, magma cannons are quite powerful. But anyway, you, sir, Karan the Black, you're gonna have to leave the army for a turn, because you're going Slaneshi. Now... once again, I am very tempted by Phantasmagoria because it's obnoxiously strong. At least when you're willing to pay the cost, it's pretty darn intense, but nonetheless. I mean, I guess we could put Hysterical Frenzy on Archaon to make him stronger, but Rampage, Pavane of Slaanesh I don't care for. Acquiescence is fine, but not usually worth the spell. Lash of Slaanesh is great, but the Tzeentch stuff, Pink Fire and Blue Fire, are generally better, other than when you overcast it for the armor piercing. I'm still gonna go to Shadow, I think. Shadow it is. Plus I want to see. So currently we have Shadow. We're gonna lose some good stuff here, but oh well, choose Path Shadow. Alright, so, we have Veteran Adept of Volgo, yes, we have minus 10% Winds of Magic cost. We keep the Penumbral Pendulum, so doubling up on that, and, you get Soporific Musk. Win a battle with a unit of Fiends of Slaanesh in your army. We're gonna have to get a temporary Fiend unit in this army. Soporific Musk ain't bad. We'll be on a War Shrine and apply Soporific Musk to everybody nearby. I do like the idea. Or we keep him on his Chaos Steed and send him around with the Knights, I don't know. What I do know is that you have to keep moving, Archie. Oh. You can't keep moving. Okay, fine. He has to cross, alright. And too bad you can't get right back into the army. I wish that they didn't make it so that the Lord or Hero, rather, leaves the army when they do that, but not a big deal. Anyway, let's see what else we got to do this turn. Oh, there was something that I wanted to see. You.
Make your entreaty quickly.
Minus 47. Now, we've taken a look at this a couple of times, and we know the Jan Shi is worth a decent amount to these guys. How much is a decent amount? 24. Alright, 21. What if we declare war on the Western Provinces, declare war on Goldtooth, declare war on the Spirits of Shanlin? Minus 7. 30... I mean, this would avoid us having to fight all of this, and would enable us to go straight to Lustria, and down to the Southern Chaos Wastes. I think we do it. I mean, we're going to be fighting Nagaroth anyway with regards to the Dark Elves, and this will send Kuhar to Lustria and to the Southern Wastes faster. He's a pretty good lord. I like Lokir. Alright, yeah, fine, go for it. Yeah, very nice. Another nice little vassal. And you're immediately willing to go into trade and give us 6,000 money for the privilege. Yes, very nice. Plenty of the money that we gave you just back for the trade. Also, there are other territories which we probably will benefit from giving you. Wait, is there anything useful here? Recruit chance of plague spreading. Should probably watch out for Kugath's plagues screwing him over. Foster cults. We don't want to screw our own allies over with our own corruption, though. I don't know, just go Portent of Doom for now. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. We will also want to give you Bridge of Heaven and Shilong. But you know what, we can do that after. I also don't want to take all of his money because he needs it to develop his territories. Gotta get that vassal tribute up there. Bamboo Crossing, what do we have here? Basically nothing. It looks like it was raided or something. Sack value is basically nothing. Well, I guess we'll take it for free and move our way. And down to here and... Ooh! Jiao Ming, there you are, buddy. There you are. Auto result, he's not gonna attack us. Hopefully we can chase him down before Lokir gets to him. And we'll trade Lokir, Bamboo Crossing, and whatever else it is that we encounter here. Just gotta make sure that we don't allow one of his armies to peel away and go up here and reclaim some of those territories. Alright, looks good to me. Azazel, you've got places to be, my friend, and oh, you can't reach Ashrak. Just a tiny bit off. A crying shame, but what can you do? Arbal the Undefeated go up here. Ludred Hellnox, you're going to go into Jaeger's army, and he's going to need probably another Tzeentch sorcerer in there. Oh, he can devote to Tzeentch himself. You know what, I'm not going to do that while we're recruiting these two, because I'm a little bit worried that it will stop their recruitment. And obviously we don't want that. And we do want more of these Exalted Demonettes, though. Very nice. Alrighty, Siggy, you've got places to be as well, sir. You're gonna march stance all the way out here. And we could probably get you some Exalted Champions. Aspiring Champions, rather. And both of you are supposed to turn to Slaanesh, so you're going to move into his army, and we'll try to get him an Exalted Hero as well.
The spoilers come.
Oh, there we go, very nice, very nice. And the Exalted Hero will be for growing his units, as we really are going to need the XP. We also... wait, can we even build Exalted Heroes? As in, do we have capacity? I think we are at 5 out of 6 or something like that. 6 out of 6 now. Getting there, getting there. Unearthly Reflexes does seem like it would be something that would work with Slaanesh as well, so we'll probably do that one. Anyway, Gulator, you're heading out to Plusk before back around to help it. Kolek, you are going to Fortress of Eyes, or close to it anyway. We might go past it to go to Granite Spikes. If we can find the army belonging... okay, it's right there. I was gonna say if we can find the army belonging to Zatan, we'll take it out wherever it is, and here it is, sitting at the Fortress of Eyes. We got eyes on ya, bud. And Kagan, you can take Bloodwind Keep, and you want to channel maybe? Go channel. Wait, no, actually I lied. I want you to raid, because I probably should have done the same with Kolek, but it's too late now. Anyway. Garrulus, you are still trying to catch up to Kolek. Oh man, why does he have to be so fast? I think what's happening is that the bonus army movement thing is not applying to heroes, it's only applying to lords, which means heroes have a difficult time catching lords. Even though it is a shame. Tech Thief, and guess what you're doing? Stealing tech, go. Hey, and you succeeded this time. Well done, sir. Specialist to you. You don't have any ancillaries that would make you succeed more, do ya? Well, if you do, I don't see it here. But oh well. We'll take a look at the Gift of Chaos in a little bit as well. And I figured out what we're going to do with the Blue Scribes. We're going to give them to Village. It's simple. We're just not going to raise Village up at the Red Fortress. We're going to raise him right here at the Tower of Gorgoth and send him up here to do whatever. Maybe fight some dwarfs or whatever. And we'll send another army down here. Lots more potential fights on the map and lots more potential army compositions to screw around with. Warriors of Chaos are quite fun in that regard. Anyway, looks like this turn is by and large ended. Let's get the Arcane Branding Iron to get Tzeentch and stuff up and running, since the Village is coming in a few turns. I do want the Chaos Chariot upgrade as well for this. And frankly, the unit experience gain for the Marauder horses is quite necessary as well. But let's start with the Branding Iron so that we can get the Dark Meditation or whatever. Next up, Corn. Wait, we did that this turn? Turns until gift can be exchanged. Oh, we did that this turn. Well darn. Okay, we're gonna have to switch in next turn then. And we shall wait. For now, we have a little bit of money to spend, and spend it we shall on buildings. Not these buildings though, favor buildings. Red Fortress, we need... well, I guess we'll still get the Vassal Emissary. We're getting these everywhere. We need control out of them. Frankly, there's a Slaaneshi gift that will give us a plus 30% income increase to all of our buildings at the cost of 10 favor, or 10 control. So we'll want to be able to do that. It's just, we'll need a massive amount of control in order to be able to counteract the severe negative effects. Because right now we're already negative everywhere. So we'll need both the Strategy Chamber and the Chaos Shrines in order to do that. And whatever the other things that we can acquire of the same nature. Anyway, Altar of the Crimson Harvest. Yes to the Treasure House, please. And we already have this, Vassal Emissary. So we go for Thralls next, and then... or we get more capacity. Either sorcerer capacity or fighter's edge. Oh, wait, we only have room for 4 potentially if we get rid of the bone pit. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Go for the fighter's lodge, and I know that we want the growth, but we can counteract it later on with the Nurgle... the Nurgle gift. So, yeah, we'll delete you. Ugh, it's growth for all provinces, though. Even if it's a tiny bit, they do stack. Alright, fine, keep it for a few more turns. And just a little bit more growth everywhere. Well, we do want those tier 4 favors, or favor buildings. Once those are built, it won't matter near as much, because it'll take a while to grow to tier 5. Wei Jin, you can get spices now, Cultist Camp. Which does what again? Chaos Trolls and Chaos Feral Manticore buffs? Yeah, sure. I like it. And that looks like... Oh, wow. Yeah, we have 20 favor remaining. Go figure. Nothing else we can do about it. Alright, Archie, you are good. We're gonna skip Path to Glory and turn. Alright, let's see if anybody can or will attack us here. And... what is Ashrek? No. Are you kidding me now? Decline attack. What is this? I mean, I guess we could have let him... Ah, man, you know what? I shouldn't have done that. I should have let him take that and then just taken it back right after. Too late. Oh well. My bad, I hadn't thought of it, because... Ugh, well, whatever. Not a big deal. Unhappy... Oh, for the love of... Well, I guess we are counteracting it right now, but damn. The reward for this is really good, so we gotta keep obeying the gods, I guess, even though I'm sure that rankles, at least where Archaon is concerned. Speaking of Archaon, go out here. Stay in march stance. Perhaps the ogres will be willing to attack you because you're in march. We also know that Greasy's main stack moved out here somewhere, so we will have to watch out for that. Kagan, you're gonna have to return to Archie's army somehow. Chant, I would like you to go into encamp and stay near to Pigbarter. These guys can't reach you here, can they? No. Alright, stay near Pigbarter and begin recruitment of, I guess, some Iron Demons, because we don't have access to Magma Cannons. Oh, okay, 1 Iron Demon. Or we could do Skullcrackers. I mean, they're both fine. I'm glad to say Iron Demon, just because they're cooler. Alright. Rule of cool wins out. Don't it always. Zazel, you are headed to Ashrek, sir, and yeah, we could have just been able to move past it all the way to Jagraxant. Can you reach him there? No, you cannot. Alright. I'll resolve that. And occupy. And can we see whether Valky is revived? Nah, a Talisman of Preservation. Alright, you still have just the 1 territory. Yes, yes, we gotta get there before... Oh, I thought this was a encamped army. No, we're still good. Alright, you're maxed out in terms of mana. Head over there. Jaeger. You and Siggy need to meet up, which you will shortly. I do want you to... Let's see, Siggy, you have 2 Marauder Horses of Slaanesh. Let's get you a couple more. They're cheaper when you get them, so 2 of these, and I guess we'll recruit a aspiring champ. Oh, I guess I should have done that next turn. Yeah, whatever. Not a big deal. Also, at the same time, Gifts of Chaos. We have the Crown of Kings, but Archaon is not fighting, so we'll want to switch it out. Death's Bounty. You know what, we'll switch it out right before the end turn, then. It's a little bit tedious, to be perfectly frank, but, you know, needs must, it's necessary. Take Plusk, and... Close victory against this. Yeah, no thanks. It's not a close victory. Why are you lying, game? Alright, and I guess we sack it for the money. Although it'll be worth less if we sack it, and then it'll cost as much to... just occupy it. It'll cost as much to repair it, and I want to see whether it'll be worth something to Throggy. 14. Not much. Not nothing, but not much. And we want to try to get Prog from them, which we can now trade, which is worth 133. What about Crackedrek? 118. So Crackedrek's worth a little bit less. Alright, well, we'll give it a try / figure it out. Anyway, you're healing up pretty nicely, and you gotta head back over here. I have to wonder where Throt is going to head to. Hopefully he doesn't go for the Tower of Crack, though I imagine that he wouldn't be able to take it either way. Kolek, you have a fight on your hands, sir. And a pretty fun-looking one by the looks of it. Zatan, sorry, bud. Don't worry, you'll be confederated very shortly. Or not confederated, vassalized. Let's make sure to give you one good fight. Kolek, you got points. Where are we gonna put him? Now, everything other than monstrous strength is completely useless for you, but we do want to get freakish mutations for that ward save. Fast as we can for those dragon ogres. Oh! You also have your first Shaggoth. Yeah, let's get the Shaggoth on the field. Ugh. They're horrifically expensive, but nonetheless. Horrifically expensive. Anyway, Hammer into Anvil is useless to us. I guess Chaos Vanguard will have some uses for at least a little while. It won't be much, but I don't see us using any of the other things here. Yeah, I was gonna say we could use a War Shrine of Nurgle, but that's also out of monstrous strength, so yeah, basically nothing out of these. I mean, we could put a Soul Grinder or something in here, but I don't really see the point. Or the need, frankly. Just go Chaos Vanguard, it's irrelevant, just try to get into a stand or die, but freakish mutations, really. And then you, sir, still don't have Stench Ridden. Oh, you're just like a tiny bit away from it. Funny. Let's get a little bit of extra armor for the rest of the army, and I mean, stand or die will be pretty effective in Kolek's Blob. And unlike other armies, he doesn't really need XP as much, but he does need the additional healing. So I'm still gonna say Chaos Strategy. Yeah, screw a Chaos Commander. I mean, it's 30 seconds of buffs. What's the melee defense on the Dragon Ogre is also quite low. Could be quite helpful. Yeah, no, I'm still gonna go Chaos Strategist on... No, I haven't decided. Damn it. I'll think about it. I've at least made the decision for all the other armies, just not this one. Anyway, Fortress of Eyes. We have a nice field battle before us. Some Skullcrackers, some Hell Cannons, and Death Shrieker. Some Kadai, and Zatan himself pretty buff by the looks of it. Although not so buff that he can handle Kolek, I would imagine. Away we go. Wait, are you at war with anybody? No, you're not. You are trading with the Servants of the Conclave, who probably won't be super happy about what we're about to do.
The Gore Queen!
I just want to double check. Vassalage, Servants of the Conclave, 17.2. Come on now.
Consort of
You gotta do that a little bit better. Alright, well, Kolek, back to you, sir. Kent, Kolek, same thing. Go. Close victory, you say? Well, we'll see about that. The Dragon Ogres surprisingly don't have magical attacks, although I guess lightning is mundane, and a big old hammer to the face, or maul to the face, is also mundane, so fair enough. At least the Summoners of Rage do have magic. Kolek does have magic himself. Let's give the... I guess we could give it to the Shaggoth. Let's give it to... Nah, I'm gonna give it to the Primordials here. They did really well in one battle, so I think we reward them via that. The enemy probably has a pile of fire resistance as well, so we don't want the Banner of Eternal Flame screwing us over. Yeah, it seems like in a lot of situations, enemies are racking up fire resistance and not allowing that to be useful. But anyway, go. Alrighty, here we go. We've got a pretty good battle ahead of us, I would imagine. It is Zatan's full stack plus the garrison, and Zatan's stack is pretty darn good. Plus, we can't be underestimating Zatan himself as... Oh my lord, Kolek is scary. Just towering over the ramparts there, and damn, that little barricade sure went down quick, Slanesh giggle. And yeah, that's what is that, like the Siege of Middenheim or whatever, Kolek sort of towered over the wall. But anyway, what I was saying was Zatan. In addition to the fact that he has a pretty solid stack, Zatan himself is a pretty darn strong lord. Without buffs, he hits for 1.1k weapon strength. He's got armor sundering a massive amount of melee defense. A little bit light on armor, perhaps, but it doesn't really matter as much when most of your army is made up of armor piercing, which would then otherwise be wasted. Anyway, on a or if he was very heavily armored. So, he's fine with the current amount of armor that he does have. I don't remember Zatan struggling in duels with too many lords when I played Zatan in my own campaign, so we certainly have to be wary of him. With Kolek. Kolek is also massively debuffed. Enfeebling foe, flammable, take cover, and poison on him. His defense is down to 5, and even his melee attack at 49 is really quite low. It's going to have a difficult time breaking through Zatan's 89. Anyway, the way that we are doing this is we've separated our blob of Dragon Ogres into 5 discrete individual little mobs, combining the effectiveness, or the tankiness rather, of the Chaos Trolls with the, I guess, damage-dealing capabilities of the Dragon Ogres, though frankly, so far from what we've seen, the Chaos Trolls have a tendency to out-damage the Dragon Ogres as well, and that's with Kolek's buffs on him. But anyway, we'll see. Plus, we do have the Shaggoth on the field as well, the first of, perhaps not many, but at least several. And he will be leading this portion of the battle, though it's kind of hard to see the units. And down there, we've got some Kadai Fireborn and some Bull Renders trying to face off against us. Dual axes, I might add, and, well, the Bull Renders actually do look pretty big. They're not quite as big as Dragon Ogres. All of these units are definitely going to get in each other's way, and those hitboxes are definitely going to interfere with each other as the units slowly do their thing. We got Deathshriek rockets raining down upon us, though I imagine that any infantry units that enemies send at us will probably suffer more under the Deathshrieks than we will. Kolek is facing off against Zatan, but he is kind of surrounded here, getting hit by a Skullcracker, a Lamasu, and I believe 2 units of Veil Tauruses, or wait, there's some Bull Centaur Renders and a Centaur Taruk as well. Man, that's, okay, that's a lot of low entity units, or low model units attacking Kolek at the same time, and we're gonna probably be better off backing him off a little bit. He's still got half his HP and he's still got regeneration, but we can always charge again. Not the ideal place to be when his defenses get lowered so heavily. And we do still have our Manticores fighting as well, and we can always come back in. Alright, there we go. Time for Kolek to regroup, or perhaps to run to where our biggest blob is currently fighting with this unit of Nurglite Marauders. And we can always use the sacrifice ability on the Nurglites to power everybody nearby up, so that's still quite useful. Here comes Kolek, and it looks like Zatan will give chase to him, which is actually great for us, because we can thus turn on him, and both of our Manticores will back Kolek up in this. Gotta try to get through that melee defense of his, after all. Ooh, I like watching those lightning strikes over in the background. There we go. Kolek, I'm sure, doing plenty of damage and to the biggest blob of enemies that he can hit. And there we go, sacrifice ability is active, buffing everybody that's, well, relatively nearby. Up, Zatan's down to about 30% HP, but the balance of power remains roughly only 60% in our favor. A lot of our units are damaged, though by and large it's the Dragon Ogres that are really damaged. The Chaos Trolls are fine, more or less, and will probably heal up before long. We have made our way through 2 of the enemy choke points here, and all of our units are sort of joining together where Kolek is attacking. And we're going back to good old-fashioned Death Star / full blob tactics, trying to get everybody moving together. Really could have used the healing from the Locus of Fecundity on the Exalted Hero of Nurgle here, but alas. Not a big deal. Looks like a couple more hits will see Zatan out, but he's been doing a pretty great job holding off Kolek for quite a long time. Although at this point Kolek is at half HP and I believe has started to actually recover. Gotta love those crowns of everlasting glory. I would really like to acquire at least a few more for a few of our other lords, especially bigger lords. Any demon princes that we get on the field could really use those crowns. Summoners of Rage come back in to box Zatan in to prevent him from escaping, and it does look like Kolek will finally bring him down. Damn it. Looks like another hit at least. I was hoping that he'd fall on cue, but now he'll bring him down. There we go. Well done, Kolek. Summoners of Rage are badly damaged at about, I don't know, 15% of their HP, but the blob will have a much easier time not taking damage. Over here, it looks like we are still trying to get rid of the enemy Sorcerer Prophet that's come in as a reinforcement, though the Dragon Ogres did surround and basically destroy a Great Taurus. Another unit of Dragon Ogres did rout and rally. And just gotta let the blob work their way through the enemy, though it looks like we're gonna get hit by a Searing Doom. We're gonna counteract that with a little bit of lightning bombardment from Kolek. Though it's a little bit wasted on some of the enemy goblin laborers, and we're gonna take a few hits ourselves. I imagine it does damage us as well. Kolek's bombardment does last quite a while. Although Dragon Ogre should still most definitely be immune to lightning. But anyway, looks like the blob has to move on, though a Bale Taurus does land. That's already shattered. Not a big deal. Another barricade stands in our way, but not for long as the Shaggoth brings it down extremely quickly. I guess he has a, he has Wall Breaker, doesn't he? Yeah, bonus plus 50% damage multiplier against buildings. No wonder these buildings go down so much quicker than you expect them to. Alright, and now these guys will flee and we are free to enter the city while Kolek peels away. We've still got that enemy Sorcerer Prophet to kill. There's a Demon Smith right here, and I believe that Centaur Toruk is running around somewhere as well. An Overseer out here, but I think we'll have one of the, or our one... Well, actually, one and only Shaggoth isn't quite right, because Kolek is a Shaggoth as well. But you know, not named Shaggoth. Let's go with that. That makes more sense. Alrighty, and there's the Toruk head's shown itself, but it looks like it won't be showing for too much longer, as another hit will bring it down. Damn it, you had to miss that one hit, didn't you? Alright, another hit will bring it down. Another hit will bring it, thank you. Alrighty, he goes down. It looks like Kolek's met and defeated the Overseer as well, and while fighting the Overseer, he's recovered from about half HP to 75%. Now there's that Demon Smith and the other Overseer to take care of. But Kolek should have no problem at dealing with those guys. The rest of our units are moving into the city. We got those hell cannons to take care of, though it looks like we did manage to peel them away. We can see the corpses of our little warhounds here, who we sent in to deal with these cannons, just to prevent them from firing for a little while. And out here we had those Death Shriek rockets, though the enemy was foolishly using the Death Shriek rather than the demolition type ammunition. If there's one thing I learned trying to make those artillery pieces work in my own Zatan campaign, it was that the Death Shrieks are much better when you use them to knock out snipe single entities, or big entities, but generally single entities, with the demolition rockets, rather than bothering with the Death Shriekers that blow apart. The problem with those is that the AI loves to dodge them and has a pretty darn easy time in doing so. Anyway, Kolek appears to have defeated the enemy single entities here, and the only unit left on the field is a Skullcracker, which is unbreakable. So, real quick, we're just gonna have to chase it down. Damn, that battle took a long time, and look at the damage we've suffered here. Well done. Anyway, since this was the Shaggoth's debut, it'll have the honor of going after these guys. Usually against things like the Skullcrackers and against like steam tanks and whatnot. Any single entity like this is a pretty effective counter. So I imagine it'll get brought down pretty quick. There it goes. Alright, losing about 500 or so HP, or 400 HP maybe per hit. Yeah, about 400. And one more time, and down it goes. Well done to the Shaggoth, and there we are. There was another Skullcracker, and possibly that Skullcracker, in the middle of the fight there, but because of the way that the units were interfering with each other, it was very difficult to do what we just did with the Shaggoth there. Consider how quickly the Shaggoth was able to bring it down here, and appears to be still just whacking away at its exploded debris. Consider how difficult, how easy that was compared to how difficult it was to have achieved that when all of the units were in the press there, and with the blob interfering with itself. But anyway, well done, Kolek. Zatan is out, and I don't imagine he'll have time to recover before we vassalize him, but he gave us a heck of a fight. Ooh, alright, very nice, but yeah, we struggled against Zatan a little bit more than I would have otherwise expected there, though I am impressed and proud of Zatan, best of the Chaos Dwarf Lords, for a reason. He doesn't need no fancy spells to do his work. Anyway, yeah, so the Dragon Ogre army suffers from the same issue that the, well, regular Ogre armies suffer when they're in choke points, in that they get in each other's way an absolute ton, so only a couple of them are attacking at once. In field battles, they can at least make some space between each other and spread out their damage, but in these situations, even with us attacking in 5 locations at once, there just wasn't enough space for a lot of our units to attack. Still, heck of a debut for the Shaggoth here, and I don't know, I'm gonna put like 4 of them in this army, I think, something along those lines, and we'll need names for those guys as well. And it looks like on his debut he did better than almost all the units, with the exception of the Primordials, probably because of that magical attack enabling them, giving them 28k damage and plenty of work. Of course, Kolek beat everybody else, but, well, that does make sense. And you know what? At this point, the trolls have been in this army for so long, I'm probably not going to delete them. Plus, they're a lot tankier than the Dragon Ogres are, even though they do have a tendency to run away, which ain't great. Wow, 4.7k for sacking this? This isn't a capital, is it? I guess it doesn't really matter what it is, because either way, we're going to have to occupy it. I'll sack it for the money. Yeah, no, it's not a capital, it's just worth a lot. And you sacked it. Yes, there we go. Range plus 5% for artillery units faction-wide. And 100% magic item drop chance. Damn, Zatan, your trait is fantastic. If I wasn't too lazy to do it, I'd farm it on a bunch of lords, but yeah, I am too lazy, however. You could chase after this guy, but then you'd still have to go to the Fortress of Eyes, which I think we're not going to do. So, Dark Soul, go, wait, or would you? Still have 20, ooh, we might be able to reach it still, but we might not. Oh, this is risky. This is very risky. It's only one thing. Man. This could very well screw us over. Wait, this will be 41%, this will be 26%. About 20% to go from here. From 44 to 30. I think we won't be able to come back. I suppose if this army could do it. A moment, wait, are you able to take this? Yes, you are. Alright, I'll resolve this real quick, and this is a Dark Fortress, so occupy it. Oh, nice, free Dark Fortress. A very poorly defended free Dark Fortress, I might add. And then I guess we do want to build the Corpse Mount here, at least temporarily, because we can build nothing else useful to us. I guess we could immediately go into the Chaos Shrine. We can always delete this later. Channeling Staff for Kagan, Barbarian for Kagan, and go for Exploit Vassals, and do collect the income. Alright, actually, you know what? Take this out. We're going to transform it into another item. Alright, Kulk, you know what? Just leave that guy alone. I don't trust it. I just don't trust it. 21%. Eh. Occupy. Alright, occupy and then move out of the settlement. We're not risking him sieging us. Then we'll head past the Volary to Granite Spikes, take that, then head to the Volary, and hopefully force them into a field battle, which will allow the Dragon Ogres to show off a little bit more, and hopefully by then we'll be able to acquire another Shaggoth for the army. Anyway, let's see what everybody else has to do, and... That's bounty... Yes. Okay, those are all fine. I was about to say, do we need to switch those? But no, it does appear that we do not. You need to go to Fuheng, but you also need to go to Wily Village. So the annoying thing about this is, where is Jiao Ming gonna go? And thus, where should we go? This way or this way? I'm gonna try going this way. Ooh, wait, but can't he block us if he stands? No, you know what? Go this way. We'll prioritize Fuheng. I do want Wily Village for the assault, though. Hopefully Lokir doesn't take it, though. I guess we could trade him something else useful for it. At least I hope so. Anyway, Kucher, that's you. Who's up next? Oh, I should have turned this off while fighting. But alas, I forgot. Alright, Jaeger. You have an Exalted Flamer of Tzeentch. You are... Okay, you're waiting for Siggy to come on by, so you're gonna have to keep waiting for a little while longer. You are going to Tech Thief from Kislev once again. And you're going to fail this time around. Come on, Tech Thief, come on. You can do better. You're better than this. And then Blue Scribes go to the Tower of Gorgoth, where Village will be a-coming in the next few turns. Arbal, you are to meet Zazel at Dagrak's End, and you can scout for us, maybe. Nope, not quite there. Okay, fine, you can scout for us. I lied. Technology, I guess back up and running. I guess I didn't need to cancel it. Oh well. But we do need to build buildings and possibly do some diplo... Ooh, a rebellion. Hopefully they don't take Crooked Fang Fort. Moors. You really need to take care of Kate Peaks and not lose territory. Hopefully our vassals aren't too incompetent. Not making as much money from vassal tribute as I was expecting at this point. Once again, compared to my Valkia campaign, she was making... As I recall, she was making way more money from vassals than she was from her own buildings, which was interesting. But I think because most of her vassals were big Dark Elven factions, as in with a lot of territory, those were offering a ton of cash that these guys are so far not. Interesting dynamic nonetheless. Anyway, Wintertooth we will continue ignoring for now. We will now switch the Gifts of Chaos just for the end turn. Crown of Kings go back to, I guess, another Carnage Incarnate. And Death's Bounty go briefly to... Wait, do we even want to switch anything here? We do want the Skull Cannons, but they're not unlocked. I guess we could unlock them by switching you briefly to something. Like Hellish Bite for more doggos. We could get the regular Bloodletters, but it's the Exalted Bloodletters that we want. Character experience gain per turn one, eh. We should probably just take the most expensive one. Annihilator's armor gives trophy hits for all Khorne characters, which is basically useless. At least for a non-fully Khornate faction. How much do we need to unlock this? Oh, it's about 1,000, so we need to do these ones twice anyway. Yeah. Alright, just do Hellish Bite then. Alright, then we'll switch back next turn before fighting. Speaking of next turn, let's do buildings and then let's go, go, go. We got one more turn left of super casualty or punishment, so Kolek should at least recover quite nicely. Though after that, I do imagine he will actually need Chaos Commander or whatever the trait is called. That gives casualty or punishment, but anyway, let's look for favor. None here. Ooh. What is our... Ah, yes, we can get Exalted Heroes now. Good, good, very good. Sigvald, I need you to get an Exalted Hero, so we'll get one of Dargoth. Unearthly Reflexes is the way to be. And he's at level 9 because of Archaon's buff, so chain bet. He won't go to... he won't go to any god, but nonetheless. Jaeger, you're gonna need Exalted Hero as well, because otherwise all your Marauders and stuff will never level up. They'll just take too long, so... I could do Open Dies. It's actually kinda meh. I'm just wondering whether there is another army type that we could send you to. One where we could go for Nurgle or for Khorne, where we don't already have one. But I don't think we do. This guy could use a hero. He is going to have various types of units. And he'll probably have both a Khornate hero and an Exalted hero of Nurgle as well, though where's the nearest place where we can actually build one? Right here? Yeah, we can build one at the Challenge Stone. Alright, let's do this. We'll go Open Dice here, and then we'll make you Khornate, or we'll make you a Nurglish something. Alright, now we're ready to end the turn, right? I think. Well, there may have been more buildings, but I'm too lazy to check again, and I'm inclined to, or interested to see if anything interesting happens next turn before we call this episode, so go, go, go next turn. And then shortly we get, ooh, he will actually attack Kuchar. Go figure. Go figure. Do we have time for this battle right now, though? If I shut up, we do. Go.
One cares not from where the blood flows. Fight well. Fight or die.
Alrighty, here we go again. The blood hunt has not been called off ever since it's been called on Cathay. Kuchar was destined to face off against the remnants of the western provinces. Kolek, of course, managed to damage their faction heavily, but we still have to destroy it before heading to wherever else we're heading to. Looks like we got a fair amount of enemies to deal with. Gonna start the battle off as usual by annoying the enemy a little bit with our skull cannon, though we do have to be careful because those grand cannons will fire back. Fire. Fire. Dude. Alright, damn it. I love listening to that artillery piece fire. Fantastic sound design. But anyway, we are going to, let's speed this up a little bit. The enemy is going to form up and continue being relatively annoyed by our skull cannon, but we did allow their reinforcements to get on the field. Why, you may wonder? Because they were coming in and both waiting at the edge of the map, meaning we could see them off, but then they would just run immediately off, and all of those units would be left alive to return to their garrison and continue annoying us next turn. If we draw them out into the middle of the field, we'll be able to get around the back of their army with our hidden piles of Flesh Hounds and our 2 units of Marauder Horsemen of Khorne, and destroy the enemy range units, but more importantly chase everything down to the point that we can hopefully destroy most of the enemy army. Ooh, and it looks like the Jade Lancers have actually managed to find some of our Flesh Hounds. I was not expecting that, but heading into the woods like this with the debuffs that the larger unit suffer rather, may not be the best idea for these Jade Lancers. Perhaps the AI understands that, however, as they peel away one of their Celestial Generals, or their Celestial General generally, to join the fray. And since he does have his great long he can certainly move pretty darn quick. 175 speed. We're gonna back off, and we've got other things to do. Now, Kuchar has faced off against Cathayans before, but now his army is much stronger than it was back when he did 5 Chaos Warriors of Khorne available to him now, and even the Marauders are nice and coordinated, with plenty of those dual axes of theirs to go around. No, they should probably carry a few extra axes, just in case. Just strap a few extra axes to your back or something. You never know when you might lose them, especially since you guys don't have chains. Gotta take a leaf out of the Black Templars 40k book and chain all your weapons to your arms. You call yourselves berserkers, come on now. No, actually, I'd be curious to see. Maybe they just didn't want to, add the chains to the models? We'll see what the Chosen look like. I don't remember anymore whether they have chains, but I feel like some Berserk units deserve some chains on their weapons. But anyway, it's a problem when you lose your weapon. Now, let's see how we're doing here. Balance of power is roughly even, maybe a teensy bit in our favor. Our units that are fast, our fast movers, have managed to get around the enemy flanks, disabling the Grand Cannon and one of the Jade Lancers, and now beginning to chase them down. We are facing off against some Jade Warriors here with our Kukar's good boys and generally the Flesh Hounds, but we'll be ignoring the Celestial General in favor of attacking the enemy ranged units. Out here, two of our other units of Flesh Hounds have trapped all three of the enemy drums. Once again, the AI is really bad at using support units, and it doesn't like to keep them with the army where they really should be. In that way, I suppose the AI does avoid range-heavy compositions and destroying them before they can do anything, but at the same time, they're not doing anything if they're too far to support the rest of the army, so I'm not sure it's quite all that effective. Anyway, fighting in some skunky water by the looks of it here. And Jade Warriors facing off against Marauders with dual axes. That's a fairly interesting matchup as well. The Jade Warriors have the armor, but we have the, well, the killingness, which is a word, and even then we have the units of, oh, they look pretty neat moving through the water like that, units of Chaos Warriors of Khorne moving in to reinforce as well, and that Skull Cannon running around. Jiao Ming is transformed, but we're by and large ignoring him for now. We'll send some of those Chaos Warriors with Caliberts to deal with him, but we should probably shatter his army rather than waste too many resources in dealing with him. I do love that iron sword spawning animation that he does, though. Gotta give him credit for it. What we don't gotta give him credit for is the command of his army, as by and large the backlines have been destroyed. All three drums have nearly been destroyed as well, and have probably not gotten really much use at all. Okay, good. They're helping one unit of Jade Warriors of crossbows here, and another unit of Jade Warrior crossbows. But most of them have collapsed before the drums got here. And just a few more enemy infantry and missile infantry alike to get through, as well as the enemy Celestial General, who Kukar is attempting to fight while blocked by all these units. Camera can't really go over the lip of these little locations here. Like a little roller coaster. Just wanted to see how the camera would react to the hills there. Anyway, just a few more enemies to work our way through. Halberds and dual axes working alike, though it still feels a little bit weird to me to have a bunch of Khornate units with halberds, but anyway. Oh, I like how some of them are on top of the hill here. This unit is getting absolutely surrounded and ripped apart from every side. The Jade Warriors are very decent units, so they're very, very good units, I should say, for their cause, but they're not going to win in a contest against Chaos Warriors, much less Chaos Warriors of Khorne. Alrighty, and it looks like that unit will rout, and in fact every single unit will rout. Jiao Ming had actually reached his healing cap, but did eventually get surrounded by those halberds that we were talking about, although I felt that the rest of the battle was a little bit more interesting. We've seen his form get beaten down by Kolek a couple times, and we've seen Kukar and defeat Miao Ying as well. And even though these guys have fantastic animations, the rest of the battle seem more interesting to me. Anyway, last that is done, Jiao Ming falls. We're gonna chase the rest of these enemy units down, which is why we drew them into the center of the field, and hopefully there won't be too many left to contest us as we take their territories. I wonder why we didn't get nearly as much post-battle loot this time around as compared to Kolek. Oh, well, we didn't have the Khornate plus 25% bonus, but that still wouldn't account for why it was like a third as much. Either way, it was a very nice battle, and What? Jiao Ming died on the field. Why is he at 90%? What the heck, game? Well, I guess we'll have to bring him down yet again. Okay. As for how we did, the Doggos, well, the Doggos all did pretty well. The standouts with 94 kills are Karanax Pups, though by virtue of damage dealt, both, wow, value 1654 definitely goes to the Bloody Fangs of Khorne. Our heroes had a little bit of trouble with Jiao Ming himself, but the various Chaos Warriors did quite nicely. Khorne's Chosen in particular with 18k and 164k damage, and one of the unnamed Chaos Warriors. We need more Khorne names, people. 18k for you. And 11k for the Blood Angels, which ain't too bad either. Anyway, we're going to grab that favor. He's going to back off, I'm sure, but I think, or at least I hope, we'll be able to auto-resolve the rest of the remnants. And if both armies still have their lords alive, we may even be able to force them into a field battle outside. Bellicor, no defensive lines for you. As soon as we have an army to go down to Albion, we're gonna be forcing you to confed. Dungrut, you're in the same position, buddy. You have a Dark Fortress, and we're gonna take it from you. And Morglum Backstabber, you want peace, but I want Queek to take your territory, so no. And there we go. Ally mobilizes towards settlement, yada 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 yada. Merciless to Ming. Magic item drop chance plus 10% all characters, faction-wide. Another trait that is most definitely worth farming. Honestly, if you get this on like 10 characters, it would be an insane boon to an entire campaign. And oh, would you look at that? Siggy has himself a fight. Alethanar has come a-calling, and Jaeger and Siggy will have to try to take him on at once together. Slaneshi giggle.
Revenge.
There should be some fun stuff, though, because super-powered Shadow Warriors are going to be an issue. I am excited at the prospect of that particular fight. So, we're out of time. Next time we fight Alethanar, we head towards Dagrak's End and get Valkia on the team, and hopefully get Village up and running as well as sending Gulator to help it, and seeing if we can't vassalize them, as I doubt that Throg will be able to take it with its relatively elite garrison. We still got stuff going on out here, but Archaon, by the looks of it, should be able to force vassalize the Gold Tooth, and Kukar will continue his rampage down here, and hopefully, probably within the next couple of episodes, we'll take out the western provinces for good. Kukar will set sail for the jungle, whereas Kolek will deal with this, possibly the orcs, depending on who we send where, because Village might just deal with Azag's armies or Skarsnik's armies. There will be plenty more fights as we're coming up on turn 100 and the orcs spawning, but plenty of fights all over the map too. So more Chaos Warriors to come. Stay tuned. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below, especially to Threshold, if you're into that sort of thing. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.